Okay, I'm back for part 2 of this video. Sorry, I know YouTube expanded the limit to 15 minutes, but my memory card only holds like 13 minutes. So yeah, enough rambling before we run out of time for this video. The next quad I'm going to show you for my drugstore dupes is the Maybelline Stylish Smokes quad in Charcoal Smokes. So one that looks like this. And this one actually has 2 MAC dupes that I own. The first one, let me see, is the brow bone color here, and the dupe I have for it is Max Electra, and this is a frost. Let me see, right there. Let me swatch the colors for you. Okay, so that is Max Electra, and that is the Maybelline Charcoal Smokes brow bone color. So pretty similar. The Electra is a little bit more like purple based, whereas the Maybelline one is a lot more of the white based silver. And the next one I'm going to show you is this color here, this lid color. And this is similar to Max Smoke and Diamonds from the Star Flash collection. You see, about right there you can kind of see it. And I'll swatch those two. Again, this is a Star Flash, so it's a little bit more of a finely milled color. And these are not exactly alike, but they're pretty similar in my book. I think they're pretty close. So this is Max Smoke and Diamonds, and that is the color in the Maybelline quad. The Maybelline quad has a little bit more of a purple undertone, and Smoke and Diamonds is more of a gray undertone. So that's where it kind of varies, but I mean, they serve the same purpose pretty much, so. Okay, so that's it from that quad. The next one is going to be the color Steamy. This is a frost, and I'm comparing it to Maybelline's eyeshadow in Turquoise Jewel. Looks like this. Let me compare it. About right there. I'll swatch that for you. And this is a little different in just the bases of the colors. Okay, so that's Max Steamy, and that's Turquoise Jewel by Maybelline. The MAC one is more of like a green based, whereas the Turquoise Jewel is more blue based. So this might actually be a closer dupe to Shimmer Moss. I don't know, because I don't own that color, because I have Steamy and everyone says Steamy and Shimmer Moss are pretty close dupes for each other. So, but they do have that color reflect thing going on. They're pretty like chameleon-like, both of them. But yeah, except Steamy is more green based and the Turquoise Jewel from Maybelline is more blue based. Okay. Before I put Steamy away, I'm going to compare it to another color. Ooh, in the Wet n Wild palette, this is in Pride. And I'm actually going to compare it to this shade right here. Right there. Let me get Steamy to compare side by side. I think this is a more dead-on dupe than the Maybelline one. And these Wet n Wild shadows go on so smooth. I shouldn't have wiped my hand from Steamy. Let's do it again. Okay, so this is the Wet n Wild shade, and that's Steamy right there. So these are a little bit more similar. Very pretty. Okay, am I done with Steamy? Can I wash my hands now? I think we're done with Steamy. Okay. So next color is Deep Truth, and this is a permanent shade, but I own it in the Shadowy Lady palette, like this, but you can get it permanent as a single shade. And that's Deep Truth, and I am comparing it to that same Wet n Wild palette, but I'm comparing it to this color right there. So I'll put them side by side. That's what they look like. Time for the swatches. I don't know, for me Deep Truth is really hard to work with. Does anybody own Deep Truth? Do you find it hard to work with? But the Wet n Wild version, they're so smooth. Okay, so this is MAC's Deep Truth, and that is Wet n Wild's palette in Pride. As you can see, the MAC one is more reflective, but the color match is almost pretty similar. This one is just more reflective, and this one's more darker based than the Deep Truth color. So there's that. Making sure I'm all cut up with where I need to be. Okay. Oh. And then the next one I'm going to do is the Shadowy Lady color. This is also a permanent color, but it's in a limited edition quad. And this is in this palette. Let me show you side by side. It's in the Wet n Wild Lust palette. It's this one right here next to the Beauty Mark dupe. It's that one there. And again, I'll compare them side by side for you. So off the bat, like, you know, they look really similar. And I will show you the dupes. And Shadowy Lady is a matte color, so it's pretty difficult to work with. I find that it is. You know, some of y'all might not have any problems with it, but I'm still learning to play with the matte colors, I guess. But this one on its own, if you watch a lot of YouTube videos, you know that this one is not an easy shadow to work with, and it's hard to get a good pigmentation. I've tried swatching it really good, and I can't. So I'm going to show you the comparison. It's a pretty crappy comparison, but I can't get it any better. So that's Shadowy Lady by MAC, and that's the color in the Lust palette from Wet n Wild. Super pigmented, super smooth. You can see how well that blends out. This one I couldn't even get a decent swatch on it. I look like I have a bruised hand now. So there's that. So Wet n Wild is definitely a better choice as far as the Shadowy Lady goes. And where am I? Two more, guys. So again, in the Wet n Wild palette, this is the one I'm using now, is the Greed palette. It looks like this. And this has two MAC dupes in it. And I do not own these two just because I feel that they're really basic colors and they're highly pigmented in here, so I don't see the need to own them. But this is a dupe for Carbon, and that's a dupe for Black Tide. So I don't have them to compare, but if you look at the website or other people's videos, this is the ideal of what MAC's colors should look like, because the matte black from MAC is called Carbon, and it's real hard to work with. It's not very smooth to blend out. A lot of people complain about it. It's not that pigmented for a black. Instead, I have typographic. I think that's a better choice. It's a matte squared, really easy to work with. There's just a lot of overall complaints about it. Some people rave to death about it. You know, they love it. It's a matte black, but I just feel that, you know, I have this. There's no need for me to own it, and I got typographic instead. So, and then Black Tide, a lot of people say you can't even see the shimmers on your eyelid once you apply it. It's kind of like a softer black than Carbon. Which these reminisce a lot. They're very, very on. I feel like Wet n Wild was like, what are popular MAC shades so we can dupe them so people can, you know, get them at a cheaper price, which is great. If that was the case and y'all did that, 2 thumbs up. You guys did a great job. But I'll go ahead and swatch these for you. I'm sorry I don't have a comparison for you, but those of you that are MAC junkies like me know these by heart and what they look like, and, you know, photographic memory of these colors in your head, right? Right? Okay, so there's the Carbon dupe, and that's the Black Tide dupe. And this one, as you can see, all the little sparkles show up. Very pretty. I need to use that in a tutorial or something. It's so pretty. But yeah, so this obviously has a better, you know, outcome with the shimmers than what a lot of people say the Black Tide has. So yeah, that is it for this little portion of my MAC dupes from the drugstore. I do have one other one that I've gone through. I'm going to film that at a later time. It's actually a Coastal Scents palette where I've done drugstore dupes with. And I'll have to post that one pretty soon. I'll need to film that one. But yeah, as my collection grows with MAC and drugstore and whatnot, I need to continue to start looking at my collection, looking to see what other items I have that are dupes so I can share with y'all. Look at my towel. Isn't that gross? Ew. Okay, sorry. I had to gross y'all for a second. But I hope y'all enjoyed watching this video. I hope it was helpful for some of y'all, especially those of y'all that, for whatever reason, don't own MAC but want that same kind of, color payoffs on, drugstore products. So yeah, before I let y'all go, I just wanted to show y'all this tutorial I did. It is a MAC Monday today, so this is my rocker chic look that I did. So, of course, using all MAC products. So if you're interested in watching that, it's my MAC Monday Rocker Chic eyeshadow tutorial. That's the name of it. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all again for future videos to come. Bye.